What's up, YouTube? This is Sly88 Fry here. So, if you've been watching my channel, you'll probably be surprised about my appearance, that's for sure. If you're new here, you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about, but I had my hair grow out quite long for a couple years now, and technically on my new job that I just started yesterday, I'm allowed to keep my hair long. It's just I'd have to do a lot of maintenance. I have to tie it back like 4 times a day just to keep it where it needs to be, and I just didn't want to deal with that at the moment. I'll let it grow out again, and then I'll make sure to maintain it as soon as it gets long. So brush it every single day instead of just waiting until it's all knotted up. So that's me with my long hair before. Then there's me when I having it tied up in a ponytail to make sure that it's not like in the way. When I got my hair cut, that's how much was cut off, so that's a lot. And then yeah, there I am with the haircut. So um my wife really misses the long hair, like really misses it. So yeah. She always found it to be much prettier that way. Um, and I liked my longer hair too, but just for the sake of making sure that I could, just for the sake of making sure that I don't have to worry about, having to tie my hair constantly, I decided to get it cut. So, what's up, YouTube? Slide8 Fry here. So yeah, my wife, my wife really misses my hair. So, uh, if you're new here, you're not going to understand this, but if you've been watching my reaction videos or anything that I've actually personally been in, you'll be like, what the hell? Oh my god, my fucking thing messed up. That was from me recording just a few minutes ago, and unfortunately, OBS sometimes, at least on my computer, has this tendency to have the webcam stall, and I don't really know why it does that. Sometimes it's when I adjust the camera, sometimes it does it for no particular reason at all. Anyways, yeah, so I just started my new job yesterday, and I'll make sure next time I grow my hair out to take good care of it when it does, so that it'd be easier to tie it up and easier to, organize than this time around. And yeah, my wife really misses the long hair, as you could probably hear in that clip I just played. Um, I do agree with her. I looked more handsome with the long hair, but that's okay. So let's get started with this reaction to Angry Video Game Nerd. I didn't have time to do this yesterday because when the episode was uploaded, I had less than 20 minutes to go be given a ride to work, and I don't actually have that much time right now, so I don't know if I'll do the full episode in one sitting, but I'll give it a shot. I made sure to skip the intro and skip the sponsorship. No.
Back in the day, it was all about Nintendo power. You get that shit in the mail, and it was like, hot damn. It was this issue right here. It was the first spring of the 90s, and this is when I first heard of the game. But I'm not talking about that one on the cover. We're going deeper into those pages, further into the ass crack of gaming history. And there it was, a boy and his blob.
So I'm a little confused by this because AVGN already reviewed this game. There was, I think it was in 2013, his 2-part Christmas special, the Wishlist episode. And he had already talked about this game in a very positive light in that episode. He mentioned some things that were annoying, but he actually liked the game. It was very brief because he was talking about a whole bunch of games in that 2-parter, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll do a more detailed review this time, I guess. I was expecting him to do part 2 of his episode about Indiana Jones that he did this year And no, I'm not talking about the 2008 episode when he reviewed games based off of the first three movies. I'm talking about an episode that came out earlier this year that I reacted to, where he reacted to a game based off of the fourth movie and reacted to some other where he reviewed a game based off of the fourth movie and also did review some other games based off of the first three movies he didn't review before. Some weird time travel shenanigans happened in that video, and I was hoping he would, conclude that, but he decided to do this instead.
Having already been released in '89. I didn't know if this game had anything to do with the 50s monster movie, The Blob,
Oh,
but one
probably
thing
not.
was clear, it had a lot to do with jelly beans. I
Yes.
never forgot this page, seeing all those different colors. I didn't process what it all meant, but it definitely made me want jelly beans. Then I saw that illustration of that kid dropping jelly beans into the mouth of a white Slimer-looking blob dude with his mouth gaping like yum, 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 yum. What the hell was this game about? The designer and programmer was David Crane, who worked at Atari and became one of the co-founders of Activision. He made graphics for Kaboom, but he was best known for Pitfall and Pitfall 2, The Lost Caverns, which was loosely remade on the NES as Super Pitfall. I already talked about that one.
Yeah.
Super Shitfall. And I very briefly touched upon Boy.
His Super Pitfall episode is the one where he brought up that death trap with the spikes, the lava pit, the lava sharks, laser lava sharks, whatever, and the spikes coming in from the side, and the upside down volcanoes and the lasers.
Blob in my wishlist episode, part 2.
Yes.
But this game is
Boy,
such
is
a
Blob.
bizarre curiosity piece. It's unique, puzzling, and equally fascinating, so I think it might be worth playing through the whole game. Or not. Oh no.
Whoa.
Not Indiana Jones.
Sounds just
Why
like
did it
Indiana
have to
Jones.
be Indiana Jones? The title font, the music, it's a full-fledged indie spoof.
Yeah.
So the game starts up, and if you were a kid when this came out, you didn't have half a clue what you were supposed to be doing.
I bet.
I rented it from the video store, and while I might have been too impatient to always read the manuals, keep in mind, it was the video store. They never came with the manuals because someone always rented it and never returned the manual. Yeah, I mean, it begs the question, who are all these people going around snatching NES manuals? Do they still have them? Bring them back! Yeah, you can cleanse yourself of your sins. Walk into the site of the old video store, whether it's a laundromat, a bar, or nail salon. Just walk in there, put that manual on the floor, and walk out. A new person. So you just had to mess around.
I really hope the next time I go to a laundromat, I just see somebody do that. It'd be funny as hell.
Select jelly beans from your inventory, you throw them to White Slimer, and what happens? He transforms. The honey flavor turns him into a hummingbird. Apple turns him into a jack. Applejack.
Yeah.
Vanilla is umbrella. Cinnamon is blowtorch. Like the blowtorch in Home Alone, the movie. Like cinema. Not cinnamon, cinema, man.
I don't know.
Okay, admittedly, this is a lot of fun. You'll probably kill 30 minutes just trying out all the jelly beans in different places to see what happens and how this little guy interacts with the environment. So the Blob character, official name Blobbert, is from outer
Okay.
space and must have been partially inspired by the Blob, or better yet, the Stuff. Yeah, remember the Stuff?
The stuff.
But actually, I heard that David Crane said in interviews that the inspiration was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon called The Herculoids, specifically the characters Gloop and Gleep. But it
Okay.
also draws a very strong connection to a certain 80s movie where a young kid becomes friends with an alien visitor who also eats candy. You know what movie I'm talking about. Mac and Me. Blobbert
Okay.
may not seem totally original, but the idea of an AI-controlled character following you around was trailblazing.
You
At
missed.
the time, this was state-of-the-art, futuristic, mind-blowing shit. It's like I'm playing the game with a friend, but there is no friend here. There's nobody else here besides me. The second controller isn't even plugged in. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Whether or not Blobbert is a very good AI-controlled character is a whole other question.
It's a different NES than he usually does. What happened to his Nintoaster? Well, anyways, it's kind of cool that it comes with 4 players included, so you don't need to multi-tap.
If you think about it, the entire game is an escort mission. Instead of being free to move around as you please, you have to keep stopping and waiting for him to catch up. Come on, man, move your slow ass. Well, there is one way to make him catch up. You drop the ketchup-flavored jelly bean.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Ketchup.
That'd be a disgusting jelly bean.
Ketchup.
Although it can't be worse than Harry Potter's
So, what's the
vomit
goal
one.
here? Well, Blobbert comes from the planet Blobolonia, which is ruled by an evil emperor who forces everyone to eat only junk food. Blobbert needs the boys' help to defeat the emperor. The only way to defeat him is with healthy food, more specifically vitamins. Where do you get the vitamins? The vitamin store. But you need money. How do you get the money? By exploring underground caverns, looking for treasure chests and diamonds. Wow. How did all this stuff get here? Did a bunch of pirates hide it all? In this area which became a populated city? Whoever built the subway tunnels and sewers never noticed there's a shit ton of treasures? The diamonds alone are as big as the kid. If you found just one of those, then you found the largest cut diamond in the world. And not just one, a whole bunch of them. All to buy a jar of vitamins. Imagine walking into a CVS. You grab the vitamins from the counter, you bring it to the cashier. That'll be $10.99. Okay, and then BAM! You just slam that fucking treasure chest on the counter. There's one gold coin just spinning around as the cashier awkwardly stares. So, as you're running around searching for these treasures, you'll notice there's a surprising lack of enemies. I mean, this is an NES game after all. Shouldn't there be a million things trying to kill you?
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
Screen after screen of nothing. The truth is, this game could have used more time to finish developing. The story goes that David Crane had only 6 weeks to finish it.
Oh my.
Well, I think this game took way too much inspiration from E.T. The only thing that can really be considered an enemy is some kind of worm.
Yeah, okay, I get that one. It's way too much inspiration from E.T. It's not he's not talking about the movie. He's talking about the E.T. Atari 2600 video game because I forgot the guy's name who developed the game, but he didn't have enough time to finish making the game, so it became garbage, and it's now the game that seems to be most associated with the video game crash of 1983 because of just how awful the game is. And, well, the video game crash of 1983 was more than just E.T. There was a bunch of other just really terrible video games coming out with no quality control that detracted people from playing video games at the time. But E.T. is like the poster child of it. So yeah, I get what he means because the guy had to hurry up and develop in very little time, and it resulted in a really poorly made video game.
But it doesn't even come after you. If you go near it, it's your fault. Couldn't keep your hands off that treasure, huh? Then there's a spider web without any spider enemy whatsoever. The spider left that web for you just so you can run into it, die, and feel like a dumbass.
Is it like laced with poison? I don't get it.
You gotta use the blowtorch.
Oh, okay.
All the other hazards are environmental. If you fall from too high, well, oops, fuck that one up.
Yeah.
You gotta use the umbrella.
Oh, okay.
Water, well, that one's a given. It wouldn't be an NES game if water didn't kill you. You gotta use the cola bean to make a bubble, which is harder to control than the submarine in Earthworm Jim.
Ooh.
But watch out for the stalagmites and stalactites. Those are fatal to the touch as well.
Granted, yes, that submarine is at first hard to understand how to control in Earthworm Jim, but once you actually learn it, it's actually not that hard to control.
So the game makes you feel bad because it's you who did it. Nothing's really out to kill you. You're out to kill yourself. Idiot.
Ooh.
So here, I'm going to use the punch-flavored jelly bean to turn Blobbert into a hole. Get it? Punch, hole. Motherfucker!
Ooh.
Well, you can't use the umbrella if you're already using the hole, so your only other option is to have some kind of special sixth sense to mentally detect what exists beyond the boundary of the screen. In other words, it's a fucking guessing game. No.
Oops.
No! I can tell you what kind of hole this game belongs in. Another bean is tangerine to make a trampoline. Well, this thing's based on momentum. The more you bounce, the higher you go.
Okay.
Oh, man, hit the ceiling. I gotta get back down. How the hell do I get back down?
Uh-oh.
Ah, you fuck!
That
Get
is
up there!
poor design right there, actually.
You see what I'm trying to do, right? Oh. Ah! Get up there. Any way possible. Just a hair to the right.
Oh.
Don't! Oh, come on! All right, just want to bounce over to the left. Go left. Go left! Son of a fucking bitch! This is some of the most elegantly designed torture I've ever seen. Gonna use licorice to make a ladder. Oh, come on, I can't go up there? I'm gonna try it off to the side. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It has to be at the perfect spot. Let's try here. What?
Oh,
that was some
God.
cheap bullshit. This is a prime example of a trial and error game. It only sets you up for failure, and the only course of action is to fail over and over again until you get lucky. It's also a major where the fuck do you go kind of game. You keep running around like an asshole. And of course there was no fucking internet, so we'd have to consult Nintendo Power. Oh, that's cool. They lay out the whole map with numbers.
Nice.
So you just follow the numbers, right? Number 9, Stoppy Dead Endy. This route leads to nowhere you want to be. Instead, head to the left and numbers 10 and 11.
Stoppy dead endy. Those are exclamation points. It's stop dead end. Like, what do you mean stoppy dead endy? What's wrong? What?
Oh, that fucking takes the piss out of me. Who printed that? I want to know who fucking... Instead, head to the left and numbers 10 and 11. Oh,
yeah, I don't know why they would make you do that.
Takes the piss out of me. Who printed that? I want to know who. But nothing compares to this treasure at the very bottom. It's heavily guarded by stalagmites. You have to be joking. Just try to go near it. Just fucking try.
Do you actually have to get those
That's
treasures?
it. You're done. I've approached it from every conceivable angle, and I've determined that you cannot get this treasure unless you die. I guess that counts, right? You're dead, but you got the treasure. That's some pirate shit right there. But here's the thing. You don't need to get all the treasures. You just need enough. So fuck the underground, go back to the streets, go to the vitamin store, and cash those treasures in. Now you got vitamins, and you're ready to head to the planet Blobalonia to take out the Emperor. Use the root beer bean to make a rocket. Then launch yourself off. Okay, now let me ask a question. This boy dies when he touches water, but he can breathe in fucking space? Now we're on Blobalonia.
Yeah, that's some twisted video game logic. Don't forget, in the Sonic Adventure games, well, Sonic Adventure 2, and I guess you could say Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or just Sonic and Knuckles. You know, Sonic and company, they can drown. You know, they stay underwater too long, they will drown. You know, get an air bubble or get out of the water to breathe again. But then they go in outer space and somehow without wearing any kind of spacesuit, and they're breathing just fine. You know, so yeah, it's weird. At the very least, in Sonic Adventure 2, if you fall off the platform, like you fall down, in those space stages, or at least in the Sonic one, Sonic will actually be on fire, falling down to Earth, kind of like what would happen when anything kind of comes down to Earth. The atmosphere burns it up. So, I mean, at least there's that, but the fact that he was still breathing outer space doesn't make any sense.
And remember when I said there wasn't enough enemies or things trying to kill you?
Yes.
Well, fuck myself. God damn, is there enough shit in the way now?
Ooh.
Maybe. Just maybe.
What?
First,
that didn't work?
it's the dancing marshmallows. They just go up and down, but then they start doing these funky patterns, kind of like the jellyfish in Jaws. They keep getting crazier and crazier.
Whoa.
Next, you come to these cherry bombs. Don't even worry about the pattern, because they'll just blow up and kill you anyway. Even if you try to outrun them, just hold right without stopping, they will still kill you. Might as well put down the controller and rethink your life. Even if you're not on the same screen, they can still kill you.
What the fuck?
There is a trick. Use the coconut bean to make a coconut bowling ball. Throw it off screen and wait for it. Wait for it. Fuck!
Huh?
You can throw that coconut, wait all day, but as soon as you decide to go after it, death is waiting. It's a very specific kind of throw in a certain place with a running start. You know you got it when the screen changes to follow it. Wow, that's one hell of a throw. By doing this, you clear all the enemies. But how would you know to do that?
I don't think that was even intentional.
The answer is get the power. Nintendo power. Next, it's a cornfield. Yeah, great. Now you're being attacked by popcorn.
Yeah.
All we need now is corn in the band. Then you're inside some candy factory. It's like Willy Wonka's factory, but even more evil.
2 naughty, nasty little children gone. 3 good, sweet little children left.
There's marshmallows falling off conveyor belts.
Yeah, take it out of context. It sounds really weird.
Teeth and poop piles. There's marshmallows falling off conveyor belts, teeth, and poop piles.
Whoa.
Luckily, you got those vitamins. Use the orange bean to unleash the Vita Blaster. Good thing we have that. Now it's like every other NES game where you just run to the right and blast everything. Yeah, shoot that shit. Literally.
Could you have used that against the cherry bombs? Or was it really just doing that bowling thing and despawning it through changing screens with the ball? I don't know, because I feel like that isn't how it's supposed to be done. It seems kind of odd.
Coconut trick still holds up, but you gotta find the right spot. All right, here we go.
Damn. Where? What? I had a feeling he's gonna edit it in other games. Ha.
Well.
Okay.
Rather anticlimactic, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess
Then you go past some creepy gingerbread men who do absolutely nothing. You use the lime bean to make the key. Key lime. Open the door.
Key lime.
What the
Jabba
fuck
the
is
Hutt.
this? How did Blobbert suddenly end up in a cage? And is this the Emperor? Why does he look like a pale Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever. It's the final boss battle. This is it. Here we go. What happened? And the evil king is defeated with his own hidden supply of vitamins, and all of Blobolonia salutes their savior? Did I win?
That's all you had to
Already?
do to beat him?
All I did was throw Blobbert an apple jelly bean. He turned into a jack and knocked over the jar of vitamins. Remember, vitamins are fatal to the Emperor. So if you were a villain and had a weakness, a bane that could kill you, what would you do? Well, keep a bunch of it next to you at all times. Okay, who's...
It's like Wart in Super Mario Bros. 2, where, he hates eating vegetables, but he has that weird thing in the middle of the room that launches vegetables. You just throw them at him when he opens his mouth. Like, it's like that, except in this case, even stupider. Which is crazy, because that was stupid in itself.
this supposed to be? The Pillsbury fuckface?
Yeah.
Or would you prefer Stay Puft or the Michelin Man?
Or
the game tells
Frosty the Snowman with a crown.
you nothing about him, but I'd assume he's the rightful king of Blobolonia.
I guess.
He was captured by the Emperor, and you've rescued him. And now that he's free, he's gonna send his blob army to conquer Earth. Yeah, wouldn't that have been a great ending if it said,
stuff.
"Congratulations, you've killed us all, asshole." This doesn't feel like a complete game. It can be beaten in an incredibly short time, providing that you know what to do and where to go.
Yeah.
Just to point out how short this game really is, every screen of the entire game is shown in only 4 pages of Nintendo Power.
Huh.
If they had more time, it would have been great to see more levels. The concept is very original with a lot of potential. The creative puzzle-solving elements differentiate it from other platformers on the NES. David Crane advanced the possibilities of gaming in the same way he had done with Pitfall. It may be heavily flawed, but the ingenuity shines through. It did, in fact, win Best of Show at the Consumer Electronics Show in '89, and it received the Parents' Choice Award from the Parents' Choice Foundation in 1990, citing its positive human values. For example, always have a healthy diet with lots of variety, like licorice, vanilla, root beer, and cola jelly beans. There's things more important than money. and that's treasure chests and giant diamonds. The road less traveled is the road where there's nothing and you'll have to turn back. Life is tough, life is unfair, so just cheat and roll that fucking coconut bowling ball. This
Yes.
game is something that could have only existed in the 80s. After all, it's a game about jelly beans, which was the favorite candy of President Ronald Reagan. As a kid, I didn't know the difference between Ronald Reagan and Ronald McDonald, but the point is, that's some 80s shit right there. And what a way to close out the decade. To some, it may just be another obscure NES game, but to others, it's remembered with great fondness. Its legacy continues, and whether they're conscious influences or not, I'm reminded of Blobbert when I see Adult Swim cartoons like the character Squishface in C-Lab 2021,
Yeah.
or Meatwad in Aqua Teen Hunger Force with his transforming
Never thought of
capabilities.
it that way.
There is a new version of Boy and His Blob on the Wii,
Yeah.
so it's very clear that it hasn't been forgotten. Hopefully it'll get another sequel, or maybe an expanded version, maybe even an animated series in the future. These would
probably
all be
not.
great ways to fulfill its potential. There's truly no other game like it. But maybe I'm being too positive here. I haven't broken or shit on anything yet, so I'm gonna end by saying, fuck this game.
Okay. A little strange ending there, but that's cool. I'll add a comment to it later. I don't really have time right now. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, click that bell icon to add me notifications. It was nice. You know what? It was nice to see a lot more to it. I mean, what he summarized in his Wishlist Part 2 episode, I thought was enough to explain it, but then he talked about even more about the game, like the story, like the villain and all this stuff, and it was a lot of fun. I'm glad he actually reviewed this. I'm hoping he'll come back to reviewing more Indiana Jones because of how the episode earlier this year ended. It kind of left at a cliffhanger, so I'm wondering what's going on with that. It made me think there was more to it. Then again, in 2021, he did that Shrek review that a lot of people don't like, and ended in the style of was it called The Wicker Man? Is that what it's based off of? I forget what it's called, but you know, his character dies in it, but then in the very next episode, he's alive like nothing even happened, you know, and even proceeds to make a joke about how he doesn't want to have random characters or gags or whatever in the very next episode, Dark Man on NES. But anyway, yeah, this was a really fun episode, really enjoyable. Had a lot of good jokes in there, and I feel like it was a little more of a relaxed episode compared to others, but that's not even a bad thing. Sometimes, if you need a little pick me up, you just watch an AVGN episode. It's a little more calm, like this one, just 18 minutes, and but you can still get a lot of good laughs. So, yeah, I really think this was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad you watched it with me. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to go to work soon, and yeah, try to get this uploaded as soon as I can. Thank you.